song is talking about the first ladies, the ones that's been holding it down through the years.
I want somebody to think of me first.
Hey everybody. So I'm starting a whole new series. I'm sitting down right now and I'm doing some research so I can take you guys with me on a guided tour through the city of Springfield and also take you through the state of Massachusetts where I am from. Oftentimes we go to other states and we're researching all the main sites, but sometimes there's some history that is happening or that has happened right in your backyard, right in your own neighborhood. So today I'm going to take you to the Springfield Technical Community College, where the Springfield Armory is located. It's a National Historic Site, and they offer things for all ages. You can take a self-guided tour through the museum. You'll see historic firearms collection as well as machinery used in firearm manufacturing. Y'all, don't be like me. The museum is not open every day. So it's Wednesday through Sunday from 9:30 to 4 o'clock. You take a self-guided walk around the grounds and see the exteriors of historic structures used by the Armory. You can join a park historian for programs on the weekends. And these talks and guided walks cover various parts of the Armory's history. Programs occur on Saturdays and Sundays from 11:30 to 1:30. So what you'll see is the Springfield Armory Museum located in the main Arsenal Building 13. The museum tells the story of the workers and details the technological innovations of firearms and specialization in precision manufacturing, and the production of small arms that occurred at the Armory. The museum shows a short film about Springfield Armory, and they also have a gift shop. You can take a trip back in time and visit the Armory when it was producing firearms and learn about the site that shaped the city of Springfield and also the whole United States. As you walk around the Armory Square, stop and read the various wayside signs that provide information about the various buildings and those who lived and worked at the Armory. What you're going to see in a few minutes is one of the mansions that is left there for you to look at, where those individuals lived. You can take a walk behind the quarters to escape the urban center and reconnect with nature. What you'll notice during this video is you'll hear sirens and things going on, but sometimes just walking along this path will help you to refocus. Behind the quarters, there is a large grassy lawn where one can sit and relax and take a look over the city of Springfield. The Armory Beehive is also located behind quarters 1, but you want to take a look with caution. Please be respectful. They ask that you be respectful and keep your distance. I certainly don't want any of you to be stung. The Armory grounds are a perfect place to reconnect with nature and escape the hustle and bustle of the urban city. If only for a short time, find a picnic table, bench, or a tree to sit beneath and take a break and enjoy a snack. Hey everybody, hope you can hear me. It's a windy day. But this is my new series. I've mentioned this before, but it's been really hard trying to get first ladies there. Everybody is busy. And so I wanted to start this new series, and I wanted to take you along with my journey through Massachusetts. So if you don't know, I'm from Springfield, Massachusetts. I've been here all of my life. Tried to leave, didn't work out, met my husband instead. So I made out pretty good. But anyway, I'm from Springfield. And ironically, I mentioned that it's hard to get some first ladies because everyone is so busy. But this is what I wanted to talk about today. As you already saw from the title, that we're going to talk about balance, ministry and our own personal lives. Sometimes we can be so very busy that we don't make time for ourselves. We are sacrificing quite a bit, pastors' wives, um, pastors, elders, ministers. This is actually all roundabout evangelists. You don't necessarily have to be a first lady to be busy, but when you're trying to do God's work and trying to balance life, it can be really, really difficult. I have not mastered it. I have not figured it out. But there are just some things that I try to implement within my schedule. I try because what I've come to understand is that when you're trying to pour from an empty container, you end up pouring yourself. And what you could end up doing is really damaging people because you're giving them you and not what the Lord has given you to say to them. You start pouring from an empty vessel and you end up being more tired, you end up being more drained. And I believe that every once in a while you need to pull back, let someone pour into you, or you need to sometimes pull back and just reset. Control, Alt, Delete. I'm an advocate for that. I believe there needs to be balance. As you all know, I'm saved, sanctified, filled with the precious gift of the Holy Ghost, and that with a mighty burning fire. But there are days when you just need to take a minute to just replenish. And so I wanted to come in here and talk about that because it's very difficult to do. So this past weekend, I think I churched myself out. So it's been really a really stressful few weeks, almost I want to say months, probably 6 to 7 months. It's been a really stressful time for me because ministry has become a little bit more difficult than it has been in the past years. And so with ministry, I hope y'all can hear me because it's really windy out here today. As you can see, it's gorgeous out. I'm filming this in November, and the fact that I'm out here with just this little jacket on shows you how nice it is out here, and the sun's trying to come out, which is a really cool thing. But anyway, so these last 6 months, maybe 7, it's been really difficult, and ministry has been a strain. Home has been a strain. Work, everything has been a strain lately, and so everything has become difficult to handle. And so what I'm understanding is that when you give 100% to work, it's hard to give 100% to ministry. When you give 100% to ministry, then it's hard to give 100% to work. When you're giving 100% to your home, then it's hard to give 100% to ministry and work all at the same time. You just cannot give 100% to everything. Your time has to be divided up. And so we have come to the understanding that we are trying to juggle not just work, but also friends. So we have, you have a group of friends that wants to spend time with you, and you want to spend time with them. But it's become pretty much difficult to spend real time with friends. You find it difficult to spend time with family, not just in your home, but you want to be a good sister. You want to be a good cousin. You want to be a good mentor to people that need mentoring. There are people that are pulling on you, that want you to pour into them, and you're just realizing that there are just days and there are just times when you cannot give so much. You can, and I'm speaking about that, and now my mother is actually calling me. So you're coming to the point where you just cannot give every and anything to every and everybody. And so I wanted to talk about, if you go with me, if you have a minute, or I want you to take some time to go to Luke chapter 10, where Martha and Mary, Jesus and his disciples were walking through Jerusalem. I hope y'all can hear me. There's a bell ringing. Jesus and his disciples were going through Jerusalem, and they came across Martha and Mary. And what happened was Martha decided that, okay, well, they're coming through. I'm going to go get the house ready. I'm going to go prepare all this food. I'm going to go tidy up the house, get everything ready. Right? But Mary was like, hey, I'm going to seize this opportunity, because how often is it that Jesus is going to be passing by here? That's another word. How often is it that Jesus is going to be coming through? I need to take advantage of this time. Right now, it's not important that my house look good. Right now, it's not important that I make the best meal. What's important right now is that I seize the opportunity, because Jesus is coming through here. So I need to stop, and I need to possibly think about what that means. Okay, so how often is this actually going to happen? So then what I want you to think about is, how many opportunities have we missed because we thought something else was much more important than finding Jesus? How many opportunities have we missed in services where the worship was good, the word was good, the song was good, but we were worried about what someone has on. We were worried about, doing other things, but not necessarily honed in on the fact that Jesus was in the room. Not actually honed in on the fact that Jesus was actually in the midst of the worship. And we are so concerned about so many other things, and we're missing Jesus. He's actually coming through, and we're concerned about the wrong thing. How many times have we missed him because our focus was on the wrong thing? And so Martha, got mad and told Jesus, hey, don't you think it's pretty unfair that my sister is not here to help? This is important, she thought. She really was considerate. It's not that Martha was wrong, but she really thought serving and cooking and cleaning was more important than sitting down and interacting with Jesus. Mary, on the other hand, was like, this may not happen again. I'm going to sit down at his feet, and I'm going to learn from him. I'm going to listen to him. I'm going to see what he has to bring and what he has to offer, because I don't want to miss it. So we need to learn balance. It's difficult to do, but it's not unattainable. If we could find, and I'm learning this now, if we can find at least an hour and a half, 30 minutes even, to spend time with Jesus, talk to him, listen to him, stay in prayer, be in our word, fast, and get to know who Jesus is. If we put that on the top scale, if we put that on the top of our agenda, we may actually learn more about God than we actually thought we could. We can learn more about Jesus and his life, and actually become more of a better person, of a better saint. And then when we are taking time for downtime, then he can pour into us. Meditation, I always say this, meditation is not spooky, y'all. It's part of the word. It's something that we should meditate. It says meditate both day and night. The important lesson that I want to portray to all pastors' wives, and those that are serving in ministry, you need to figure out some way to balance out your life. It involves, sometimes our lives involves many responsibilities, many demands, and personal spiritual growth, and self-care. Y'all, self-care is important, and everyone has a different idea of what self-care really is, right? To me, self-care is just being by myself, right? I don't need to be around people. When something hits me, when life hits me really hard, something really affects me, I need to be by myself. I don't necessarily need to talk to anyone. I don't necessarily need to be around a whole lot of people. I need to take a moment. And I think sometimes we think that being by ourselves means that we're super depressed or even suicidal. That's not my case. When I need to be alone, I need to be with my own thoughts. I need to be in prayer. I need to meditate. I need to be silent. I need to be distracted in some way, maybe in a movie, maybe listening to a song. I need to be distracted, and I need to not think about it, because if I'm thinking about it too long, then I can get into a place of depression, and I can get into a place of suicide. I've never been there, but it can happen. There are people that sit with their thoughts for too long, and they get to the point where they start thinking about suicide. I need to personally, self-care to me means being alone. I need to be with my thoughts. And so it reminds us that while serving is crucial, right? Taking time to sit at the feet of Jesus is priority. If we're going to be spiritual beings, if we're going to be Christian-like, if we're going to live holy, we need to hone in on our spiritual life, and our well-being is equally essential. Balancing these aspects can help avoid burnout. Y'all, burnout is real. Sometimes in the city, there's a lot going on, right? Someone's over here is doing a campaign. Someone over here is having a church service. Someone over there is doing an anniversary. Down the street is probably, having an anniversary. Someone over here is having a gospel concert. And I've just come to the understanding that you just can't be at everything and be there for everybody. You are only one person. I have a family. I have a church. I have a job. I have things that I have to do. And so when you come to the understanding that you cannot be there for everybody and with everybody for everything that they have going on, you start to be okay with saying no, because burnout is real. And then there are times where stuff is financially pulling on you and you have bills at home. There are just times when you cannot financially support everybody in their endeavors and your own home, right? You have your own bills. It doesn't make sense to put all this money into someone else and then you don't have a house to go back to, right? I believe there is also balance in our finances. If we're going to balance out our life, we also have to be financially stable. We have to realize that it takes balance even in our finance. You cannot financially support everyone and still have a roof over your head. It's just not feasible. So you have to be okay with that. And there are times where people will say, well, you don't support me and you don't help me. It's not that you don't want to. It's just that you have to learn how to even balance your pocket, right? They taught us when we were little to balance out your checkbook. There are times where you just cannot financially support everyone. So priority is what I wanted to hone in on today. Learn how to balance out not just your time, but balance out your health care. Now, yes, like I said, health care for me means being by myself, right? But you can be to the point where you're just too selfish, right? So there's even a balance when you're considering self-care. How much self-care do you really need? Do you need to do it every day? Or do you need to do it once a week, an hour of the week? How much self-care, figure out how much self-care can help you function. That's it right there, right? How much self-care can really help you function so that you are able to be a good mother, so you are able to be a good employee or employer, whatever your status is. Balance, y'all. Balance is difficult, but it's not unattainable. I think that we make it look too easy and people assume that it's not that hard to do. When people start telling you what you should and shouldn't be doing in your ministry or as a first lady, that means they think that they can do it. And that probably is an art, right? To make it look so easy that other people think they can do your job. And it's not just pastor and first lady, right? When you are an elder in the church and people see you preaching, right? And they think, oh, I could do that. But it takes an anointing to be effective. And so that's it, y'all. I just wanted to come on here and talk to y'all real quick. Drop a quick video because I haven't been on here in a little bit. And bring y'all in on my new series talking about what it is to be us. I hope that you will tune in. I want you to like, subscribe, tell somebody that there's a new video out, and join me as we tour a little bit of Springfield. Springfield has a great history and heritage, and then a little bit of Massachusetts, period. Bring some people to this area, show you that there are some things that we can still have in this city. Today is vote day, so I hope y'all are going out and voting today. Probably when I post this, you would have already voted and you would have already elected your official, your city official. But just want to come on and say hey, and we will see y'all on the next go round. There needs to be a time where you start to consider what's important and how to balance those things. We often miss God because we're not focused. Like I'm losing focus right now because I see a whole group of people coming in here. I don't know what they're doing, but it looks like they're on a tour. But either way.
Smile in your face, knowing all the while they only want to take your place. Backstabbers said they don't know. They really